girl, shorty came to win. Hot girl, shorty came to win. Hot girl, shorty came to win. Hot girl, shorty came to win.
In this course, we are going to help you realize that you are the star of your show. And we're going to help you get clear on exactly how you want that show to flow. Set in multiple acts. Act 1 is character development. This is the real you. This is the person that you fantasize about being. This is the person you intend to be moving forward once you complete this workshop. Then there's Act 2. This is where we get crystal clear on the world that the real you, your character that you've created, lives in. This is who they hang out with, what they think now, how they dress, how they intend to move forward. So we're going to get very clear on that in Act 2. The next act, the third and final act, is still being written by you. And this is perhaps my favorite act because we are still in the process of writing our story. And now that you're crystal clear with this course on who you intend to be and the world you intend to live in, you are now rewriting that act. Each act is designed to help you decide what you truly want, who you intend to be, and what you intend to accept from this moment on. Yes, my friends, you are the star of your show, and we are here today to help you remember that you came to win.
Hot girl, shorty came to win. Hot girl, shorty came to win. Hot girl, shorty came to win. Hot girl, shorty came to win.
A little bit about me. My name is Mika, and I have been a certified goal success and NLP practitioner since 2020. My journey started long before that, though. In 2015, I began exploring energy and the laws of the universe so that I could figure out how to use these forces to improve my own personal life. In 2018, I became a spiritual healer, and it is the most fulfilling journey I've ever been on. Not only is it never ending, but it's ever changing, and that's because we are ever changing. We are always remembering and expanding into our truest self in every moment. It's our divine birthright. I have seen firsthand that allowing your spirit to lead not only brings you healing energy and transformation, but it brings it to you and anyone you come into contact with. You know, having overcome everything from homelessness to heartache, to extreme poverty, to extreme lack of confidence and self-worth, using those experiences now gives me the strength and confidence to know that there isn't anything that I can't do. I've learned to transmute those experiences and use them to lift me higher. And now I'm at a point where I'm ready to use them to lift others higher. You see, when you win, all of those experiences become the victory. Through it all, I learned a very powerful and valuable thing. We are indeed living our perception of life. We are getting exactly what we expect and believe, and we are getting exactly how we see ourselves. We have all been born into some stories that cause us to feel strangled by these illusions that we allow to govern certain areas of our life. The beautiful thing is that we now know that we have the power to change that by changing how we see ourselves. We are here to explore the stories that you may have been born into. We're going to start chipping away at these perspectives that are making you forget that you came to win. So, dear friends, whether you are looking for a fresh start, overcoming some challenges, or just curious about what this spiritual journey can bring, I want you to know that I am not just talking at you. I'm here with you. So let's dive in together. Open our hearts and minds and make today the first day of the best of your life. Setting daily intentions is perhaps the most important thing that you can do next to releasing those intentions after they've been set. Now, I'll go more into surrendering in the later acts, as it is going to be instrumental in you receiving the guidance to move forward. So what is an intention? Simply put, it's an aim or a goal. And you can guide this universal energy with your intentions. Whether you're focused on long-term goals like your career or your love life, or you're focused on short-term goals like getting that good parking spot, or encountering delightful people, or receiving unexpected news, money, resources, getting clear on what you intend to see or how you intend to feel will help you experience those things in your physical world. We are experiencing our sustained focus. So setting intentions is going to help you choose what you experience daily. In a world of everything trying to get our focus, it is so important for you to decide what you focus on each day, or you'll be subject to whatever energy is currently being flowed. 2 intentions I set daily to remain in control are: today, I intend to live in peace, joy, prosperity, harmony, expectancy, and abundance of love. And today, I intend to see evidence of all things working out for me. Setting intentions is a very personal thing because only you can emit the signal necessary to receive your intention, and only you can tune in to see the evidence. Remember, these are what you intend for you, not intentions that others have placed on you. In the first activity, you're going to be setting your own intentions. And while there's no rhyme or reason to it, you will want them to be things that you truly intend. The universe is listening to what you mean, not what you say. For example, if your goal is to run a marathon, your daily intention might be to wake up at a certain time and run 2 miles every morning. And as you set this intention, your spirits and guides are going to work helping you to attain this goal. You'll find yourself wanting to get up and run. And even on the days you don't, you'll feel the strong intention you set and you'll be able to find the strength to do it. Keep in mind, the transition from not running to running might be a little hard at first. But the more you focus on your intention, the more you'll have the strength to push through it, and it will become who you are now. The formula for seeing and receiving your intention is intention plus expectancy plus surrender/inspired action equals results. Once you set your intention, release them with positive expectancy, and you will begin to see what you intend showing up all around you. You will be blown away at how easy it can be once you get the hang of it. Here are a few intentions I set daily to help you get started with your intention list. Today, I intend to stay focused and connected so I can hear the guidance clearly. Today, I intend to surrender and allow things to flow to me with ease. Today, I intend to release any resistance keeping me from seeing clearly. Today, I intend to love myself and others more. I intend to take better care of my body. And I intend to receive the right next step toward the life I intend to live. I intend to only look for things to love and appreciate. And I intend to meet the people that will help me achieve my goals. And most importantly, I intend to look for and bask in the abundance all around me. These are only a few of the intentions that I start with, but they might change a bit each day depending on what I feel I might need. Feel free to use these as your own until you get the hang of setting your own intentions. In the next video, we're going to start getting clear on the true you. We will get crystal clear on who you intend to be by creating your character breakdown. Have fun setting your intentions, and I'll see you in the next video. So in this video, we get crystal clear on who you intend to be from this moment on. As Earl Nightingale once said, Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal or goal. What could be more in line with that statement than your idea of yourself? We are always expanding, and so should our idea of ourselves. What are some of the things you've been wanting to improve in your life but just haven't for some reason? Or what thoughts or things have you felt bound to, almost powerless against? These questions are going to be the exact reason why this video is going to be the basis of the changes that you're seeking. If you're not clear on who you intend to be, it will be impossible to fit into any world you might be envisioning. You won't be able to see yourself as the thing you seek, and that is the most important part of creation. This video is meant to set you on course to the behaviors, thoughts, and feelings of the person you intend to be. I like to call it character development because for some it might be a little far away from who you can see yourself as right now. So far away it might even be hard to believe. But remember Earl's quote, it is the progressive realization of that goal or idea. So if you can get clear on the person you intend to be, then you can start taking the baby steps towards that image of you. It'll start to feel less and less like a character, and it'll start to become more of who you are now. By simply placing one foot in front of the other, you will be making progress that you may not have ever felt you would ever make. But it all begins on creating that character. In this situation, what would your character do? How would they respond? Who would they have around them? Would they be settling for less? By tapping into these types of questions, you will be able to summon the inner strength you need and the clarity to decide who you intend to be from now on. In this next activity, you're going to be completing your character breakdown. Now take your time with this because your first instinct is going to be to answer these questions as who you are now. But the object of the activity is to get you to answer these questions from your character's vantage point. And remember, you do get to choose. And sometimes it might not feel that way if you haven't realized it yet. So have fun with this. Think big, as if there were no limits on who or what you can be. Because there aren't, you know. I hope you're feeling confident and ready to go after that last activity. Now I want to talk about intuition. What is intuition? The dictionary defines intuition as a thing that one knows or considers likely from instinctive feeling rather than conscious reasoning. In more spiritual terms, it's that deep inner knowing, that first thought, the one you had before you started to talk yourself into or out of something. This is your spiritual or energetic guidance system. It doesn't matter how you identify with it, it only matters that you do. These are those gut feelings, those nudges or images that could pop into your head at any given time. At first it will seem random, and it will take a little practice to trust it, but once you fully tune into it, the patterns, the signs, the synchronicities, and the constant stream of information become obvious. Life becomes this beautiful dance when you allow it to lead you, and it will never lead you astray, although sometimes your doubt in your own connection will cause you to miss the sometimes subtle clues. So, in this next activity, we're going to get the intuitive juices flowing by pulling one oracle card. Oracle cards are a great way to get in tune with your intuition and get direct guidance on what your guides might be trying to tell you. So grab the oracle cards. Think of an area or think of a question or an area of life where you'd like guidance. Shuffle the cards, and when you feel it's time, stop shuffling. Now pull a card and take a moment to look at the card. What are the first thoughts, feelings, or situations that are coming up for you? On the next page, write down as many things that come to mind. Even if it doesn't make sense, write it down anyway. Once you've written down everything that came to mind, take a moment and look over your list and write down anything else that might come up. Once you've finished, go ahead and set the cards and the paper aside for now. Welcome back to Act 2, setting the stage. Now, our only work is to create the vision and stay in a place of belief about that vision. The more open we stay into how our vision comes into view, the faster and the easier it is for us to see our vision coming into focus. Even the Bible says in Matthew 21:22, "And all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive." In other words, there is nothing that you can't be, do, or have if you have a clear picture of what that is and have faith in that vision. If you can create the picture, it's yours. The key points here are being clear and having faith. The universe only says yes, which is wonderful news if you can paint a clear picture of what you want. However, with it always being a yes, you can create the things that you don't want and it'll still be a yes. The universe is expanding and understanding itself through us. This is the reason we have free will. This way it can understand one choice versus another. The great news is, now that we know that we're creating with our focus, we can just change what we focus on. So setting the stage is going to be pivotal for you to bring your vision into the physical world. The more detail you can see in your vision and the more genuine excitement that you can infuse into your vision, the faster you will see things flowing to you. Our only work is to see it the way we want it to be, and sometimes that can be the work. But once you make that decision, you will see that the universe has already started going to work, giving you everything you need to get there. Once you set the stage, infuse it with truth, and you will see the opportunities and the path flowing to you. As an aside, not fully believing in your vision can keep you in a holding pattern. Everyone has had these moments, so it's really important not to catastrophize the things that do show up. The situation is not a statement of who you are, so it's very important to keep that in mind. So in this next activity, we're going to be setting the stage for your character, the true you. This is where you get really detailed about the lifestyle, about the career, about the relationships, all of the things that the true you is living. So remember, you're doing this from your new vantage point, so the possibilities are endless. If you really want to ramp it up, set this stage in the present tense. Use terms like I am, we are, it feels good too. Try not to talk about the things that you won't be doing anymore. Engage the senses by being extremely detailed. What color is it? How's the weather? What can you smell? What do you hear? Who is with you? This activity is a helpful way to get clear on the life that you want. It'll help you discern what you're currently allowing and what you intend to allow moving forward. In the next video, we are going to be creating our spiritual rider. I can't wait. Now that you got your character ready and you've set the stage, it's time to create your spiritual rider. What is a rider? A rider is a document that a band, musician, or performer will send over to the booker relating to their requirements for performance. Most performers will have certain essential items that they need the booker to provide in order to do their job to the best possible standard. And a writer will state these requirements. Your energy is valuable, and there are so many things out there trying to get your focus. Creating a spiritual writer will help you discern the people, the places, and the situations that are for you based on what matters to you the most. Since not everything deserves your energy, having your spiritual writer will help you realize whether or not your energy is needed there. Your writer is going to include all of the requirements that you're going to need before you engage with a person, place, or situation. What needs to be set up for you when you show up? Love, compassion, trust, independence, freedom? What will you need from yourself and others to offer your best self in return? Your writer is going to be ever-changing, especially as you evolve and have different experiences. A good place to start would be your values. What values does another person or thing have to have before you lend your energy? On the next page, write down all of the things in various areas of your life that can be added to your spiritual writer. It's time for another intuition test. Grab the oracle cards again. Think of your question or area of life. Shuffle and pull a card. Now, take a moment to look at that card. What are the first thoughts, feelings, or situations that are coming up for you when you look at that card? Now, look at that card with your first card. On the next page, write down as many things as comes to mind with both of these cards in mind. Even if it doesn't make sense, just write it down anyway. Be sure to look at the images, the words, the symbols, anything that might be saying something to you. Now try not to overthink it. You want to write down things as they come into your mind. Once you've written everything down that comes to mind, take one more look at your list and write down anything else that might come to mind. Once you've finished, you can go ahead and set the cards and the paper aside for now. We have now come to the third and final act, dear friends, and this by far is my favorite act because we are still in the process of writing it. In this act, we use the power of surrender and gratitude to activate our vision. When I stated releasing those intentions after they've been set is the most important thing next to setting them, I meant it. Our brains, being problem-solving mechanisms, will look for something to fix or figure out in most cases. So it would feel natural to try to dig into a problem. However, in my experience, I found this to be counterproductive in that it only seemed to make the problems worse. Once you truly see the power of surrender, not only will you see miraculous results, but there will be no more sleepless nights. It's only when you surrender that you can truly see the connection between you and what's happening in your life. Since we create with our focus, it would follow that focusing on the problem would only give us more problems to focus on. And this is the absolute truth. Surrendering is such a wonderful way to remember that life is not happening to us, it's happening from us. Surrendering can be hard at first, and it's not meant to make you think that you don't need to take action. But when you find yourself wrapped up in the problem, that is when it's best to surrender. It's like quicksand. The more you struggle, the more stuck you get. one of my favorite ways to surrender is to write it a letter. Whatever it is, you can speak directly to it and you can express how you are truly feeling. It's an amazing way to get the energy moving and release any blockages that overthinking can cause. The most common letter I write is to my angel spirits and guides. I speak directly to them, I express exactly how I'm feeling, and then I release it. One particular time comes to mind. I had just started this job and I didn't have a car. I liked the job, but it was difficult for me to get around with these random bus schedules. After about 2 weeks of working there, I wrote my angel spirits guides a letter just expressing gratitude for the job and for the people that I got to work with. And I went into how much I loved to drive, how free I felt driving, and how much I loved this job, and how I knew they were sending a solution my way. Literally the next morning, I get a call from my brand new boss of 2 weeks saying she didn't know why, but she received an inspiration to purchase a car for me. A car had fallen into her lap that morning and she wanted to know if I'd be interested. Needless to say, I was driving home by the end of the day. Writing a letter can be an incredibly powerful way to surrender and ask. Remember, try not to focus on the problem. They know what you need, and the more that you trust, the more you'll begin to see that. Keeping a gratitude journal or using gratitude to communicate is going to be the fastest way to reconnect with this creative energy. When I wrote my letter, I was not focused on the problem. I was expressing gratitude for driving, for my new job, and for the solution I knew they were sending my way. In this next activity, you're going to write it a letter. Or you can write a letter to your spirits and guides expressing gratitude for the success, the health, the wealth, the money. Whatever it is you're focused on, you're expressing gratitude for it now. And you can speak to them in whatever way you feel they'll hear you. Once you finish your letter, just take a little bit of time to read it and just really feel the emotion of it. Then, go ahead and put it somewhere where you'll be able to find it in the future. Once you've asked, your only job is to stay in belief about it and trust that whatever is happening must happen to get you there. Now we're going to do one more intuition test, and then it's going to be time to bring it all together. Okay, it is time for our last intuition test. Grab those oracle cards one more time and think of your area of life or question again. Shuffle and pull your last card. Now take a moment to look at the card. What are the first thoughts, feelings, or situations that come up for you? Now look at all 3 cards together and write down the first things that come to mind. Even if it doesn't make sense, write it down anyway. Be sure to look at those images, symbols, words, anything that stands out to you. On the next page, write everything down that came to mind. Again, if it doesn't make sense, write it down anyway. Try not to think too much. Remember, we're writing down our first thoughts. Now, once you've written everything down, take a moment and look over your entire list and write down anything else that comes to mind. Congratulations! You've just given yourself a 3-card oracle reading. Now, take the information you've received and use your intuition to find the answers and the right next steps. So in closing, ask yourself, who will I say I am? When you finish this course, what story will you tell from now on? This is the life you get to experience. If there is something that you want to improve in your life, Only you have the power to do that by improving your perception of yourself. Only you can create the vision, and only you can make it happen. So friends, choose today that you will be devoted to your new character and their new stage. Decide right now, I came to win. And that today will be the first day of the best of your life.
Hot girl, rock girl, shorty came to win. Hot girl, rock girl, shorty came to win. Hot girl, rock girl, shorty came to win.